Hi Titans, this is Ms. Oxt. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to cite images that you find online, either on Google Images or Instagram. Before we get started though, we're going to sign into our MyBib accounts at mybib.com. You can see here that I'm already logged into my account, and so I'm going to create a new project where I can save my citations that I create. So I'm going to go over and click on Start New Project. I'm going to give my new project a name. When I click outside of that project area, it's going to save to my list, and now all of the citations that I add will be saved to that project, Photos for Art class. But now I've got to go out and I have to find my photos. I found this fantastic ceramic artist. Her page is called Lolly Lolly Ceramics, which I like. It's kind of cute, it's kind of fun. I scroll down and I find this amazing photo of her mug that has 3 squares on it. So I guess your fingers just sort of fit right through there. It's really functional, really fun, very cool. So I'm going to cite this image. Now something just occurred. You may not have even noticed it, but when I clicked on the image, something changed. Not only did I see the image, but the URL changed. I went from the URL for Lolly Lolly Ceramics main Instagram page to a unique URL just for this image. To test this out, if I copy and paste this URL into a new tab, it should take me back to that particular image. Let's see if it works. Success, it does. So what I've learned is that each one of the images on Instagram has its own unique URL, and that's really important. That needs to be included in the citation. But I have some other information here that I also need to include. So let's go back to MyBib and start plugging stuff in. So we're going to start out by clicking on Create Citation. Now, even though Instagram is a website, I'm not citing the whole website. I'm just citing an image that I found on the website. So it's not a website, it's not a book, not a journal, not a video. Ooh, I guess I have to click on more. So it's one of these options that I see here. Now my eye first goes to this option up here at the top, artwork, because ceramics are artwork. Or they can be, especially if they're Lolly Lolly ceramics. But this is not actually the one that I want to choose. I don't want to choose artwork because I'm not citing the actual item itself. I'm not citing the mug. I'm citing an image of the mug. So over to the right is this other option here for image. This is what I want. I want to click on image. And then I'm going to get a form that I can fill out with all the information on the Instagram page. So the first thing they ask me for is the illustrator or copyright holder. This is a little funky because I've got a first name field and a last name field. But as you guys know, in Instagram, we have usernames. So this would be at Lolly Lolly Ceramics. So how can I change that in MyBib? Well, they give you an option for that. If you click or hover over this little icon of a face, it changes and it says, okay, who's the illustrator or copyright holder? And I get one field here to enter in text. This is a really good spot to add in the username. So I'm going to go back to Instagram. I'm going to highlight the name. I'm going to put an @ symbol at the beginning. Make sure I have it formatted correctly. And there you go. It's ready to go. I don't need to put in any spaces or capitalization because what I want to do is keep the username as close to the original as possible. So now I'm ready to go down to the next field. I have listed here title or description. Now some images are going to have titles. Some things are going to have specific descriptions as well, appearing either in the caption or maybe alongside an image that you find online. But in the case of this particular mug, there's no title, there's no description. So I have to describe it myself. Now when I'm describing an image, I want to be simple and clear about what the image is. So I'm going to call this one Black Mug with 3 blocks, because they look like little blocks on the side. So Black Mug with 3 blocks. That's my description. It's short, it's sweet, it's to the point, and if my teacher were to look at the image and then look at the citation, they would know that this description accompanies that image. So the next part is the date published. When was this image published to the web? Not when the item was actually created. So Instagram does tell you when images were posted, but you have to scroll down a little bit. So down below all of the comments and likes for the image, come down a little bit further, and there's the date when this picture was actually posted to Instagram. If I hover over it, it will tell me the day, the month, and the year. So this is August 9th, 2020. So it's pretty recent. So I'm going to go back to MyBib, type in 2020, 08 for August, 09, and my date is done and ready to go. For container, this one's pretty easy because the container is just the name of the website where the image lives online. So this is Instagram. And then I mentioned it earlier, that URL, that unique URL that lives online for that image is very important. So we copy and paste that over into the URL. And then we click on the little link for today's date, for the date most recently viewed or accessed. I'm looking at it today. It autofills. And then if you look down here at the bottom, I'm seeing a preview of what my citation is going to look like with the username, the description, the container, the date it was published, the URL, and my date of most recent access. Looks good to me, so I'm ready to go ahead and save. Okay, as soon as I save, that citation becomes a part of my citations list for that project. So now I'm ready to go ahead and take a look at Google Images. Now, like I said, Google Images is a little different than Instagram because it has one extra step in it. So I'm going to look for pictures of ceramics. If I could spell it correctly, that would make things a little bit easier. There we go. So I type in ceramics and I get all these amazing pictures of ceramics. So I want to use some for my inspiration book. And I love this picture of these two blue mugs right here. So I'm going to click on the image and I wonder, can I cite it from here? Is this URL up here a unique URL for this picture? Do I know who posted it? Do I know when it was posted? The answer to all those questions is no. You should not post images, or you should not cite images that are posted directly from Google Images, because Google Images is what they call an aggregator. It pulls together all these images that it finds online and it displays them for you, but it's not actually where the images originated. We want to go to the source. We want to give credit where credit is due. So when I find an image on Google Images that I really like and I want to cite it, then I have the extra step of clicking on the image and going to the source. I want to go where that image lives. So instead of citing Google Images, I'm going to be citing this website here, the American Ceramic Society. This is where that image lives online. So now I can go back to MyBib, click on Create New Citation, go to More, click on Image, same steps as before. Now for this one, I'm going to look pretty carefully and see if there is a name for an illustrator or copyright holder. I'm scanning around. Usually, if there's going to be an attribution for an image, it's going to be on the image or very close by. Now, unfortunately, I'm not seeing any information about who owns this image or who created this image. So in this case, I have to leave that information blank in the citation. It's better to leave it blank in the citation than to make up information that's not actually accurate. So I'm going to go to the next step then, title or description. And what caught my eye was that this was two blue mugs. And so I'm going to be pretty simple here, two blue mugs. That's all I have to write. When my teacher sees that image and they see this citation, they're going to know that those two go together. Date published. Now this is also really tricky for images online. I'm going to look at the top of the web page, usually below the title, to see if there's a date for posted or published to the web. I'm not seeing a date there. I can scroll down to the bottom. Sometimes dates are down there. No date there. So I guess that means that there's no date for this particular image. Now, do I make up a date? No. I have to leave that blank as well. So at this point, my citation only has a description so far, but that's the only information I have. Now, the container, like I said, is the website where the image lives. So we go back and we look at the title or the logo on the website, and that's how we know what the name of the website is. This one is the American Ceramic Society. So I'm going to type that in to the container field. I'm going to grab my URL, pretty easy, just Command C and then Command V to paste. And then again, I'm going to click on the Today link, and it's going to automatically fill in today's date. So I go down to the preview and I see 2 blue mugs, the American Ceramic Society, the URL where I found it, and the date of most recent access. That's the only information I have, but that's what I'm going to include, and that's all I'm going to include. Now, MyBib will try to help me out, and they'll say, hey, you don't have a copyright holder listed, you don't have a date published. But that's okay, because that information I don't have, and I just have to leave it blank. So now you have your 2 citations, your first one that you grabbed from Instagram, and then the second one that you found on Google Images. When you're ready to submit these citations, or your whole list of citations to your teacher, all you have to do is go up to the Download Works Cited button, click on that, click on Copy and Paste, and it's going to create a formatted Works Cited page for you that you can copy to Google Classroom, or you could copy it to a Word document or to a PowerPoint. Wherever you need to put these citations, you can copy and paste them in directly from this preview. Now, something to keep in mind is that if you come back to a citation and you need to make a change, it's very easy to do that in MyBib. You just click on the little kebab icon there, the one with the 3 dots. Click on the edit button, it will take you back into the form. You can also copy and paste your citations by just clicking on the copy bibliography entry, and then you can paste it wherever you'd like it to go. You can also delete citations from here. Let's say you find an image, you cite it, and then you decide later on you don't want to use it. You can delete it from here as well. Okay, so that's MyBib and citing images from Google Images and Instagram easily. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is mandyauxt@trinityes.org, and good luck.